All right, well, we are here this Friday with our finance facts. I'm Jonan Tiarks, a commercial loan officer with Land of Lincoln Credit Union. And it's that time of the year. No, I'm not talking about eating so much that you feel sick. I'm talking about year end for your financials. We're talking about 7 year-end tax tips for you for the small business owner when it gets to this time of year. You're probably out Christmas shopping or sending out thank you or holiday cards for your vendors and shopping for your family. But really right now is the time to focus on your year end and how you can help yourself and your business with saving money or planning for the next year. So, one of the things hopefully you're doing is setting some goals, but the top thing you should be doing right now is talking to your accountant, making sure you've gotten almost all of your information over them so that they can run some reports for you. And what you're going to do is go over those reports with your accountant so that you have an idea of how the year went. You probably have a good idea, but when you actually put it down on paper and look at it, oftentimes you're a little surprised about how well you did or that you didn't do as well as you thought you did. So get with your accountant. They're about to get super busy come the middle of January through April. So get with them now, try to get some reports and go over them with them. The second thing that your accountant can help you with is if you had a very good year and your sales are super high, you can defer your income, some of your income, until after January 1st. So if a few people owe you payments and you had a good year already, you could tell them, you know what, why don't you wait until the beginning of January to send those payments to me, because anything that you collect after January 1st will be for 2019. Along the same line would be if you need to make any purchases. Again, if you had a strong year and you don't want to have your income be as high as it's showing currently, then you could look at purchasing more inventory, paying some of your accounts payable right away, and making any large purchases that would help with depreciation and cut down on your income. So again, having those reports to know how well you've done so far is going to give you the chance to make extra purchases that you need for next year, or you need to replace that piece of equipment. And if you want to do it on this tax year to cut down some of that income, that's a great option for you. Another thing along the lines of extra purchases would be to run an inventory check. If you have stocked up on some items that you purchased for, let's say, $10, and now they're only worth $5 because the market has changed, then you can claim that loss from the $10 to the $5 on each item in all the inventory that you have. So you run an inventory check, and if there's anything in there that's lost significant value, then you can take that and claim that against your income as a loss for the value that was lost on those. It's that time of the year, again, where it's good to, if you haven't started one, definitely start one, but hopefully you've already had one. You're going to contribute to a retirement plan. You can do that generally up through tax day, April 15th of the next year, but then you have to make sure you mark it correctly and that the credit union that you make your contribution at processes it correctly. So right now is the best time. You know that it's going to be for 2018. Ask your accountant or your tax preparer what's the maximum limit, and if you are able to, especially if you had a good year, make that maximum contribution to your retirement plan, and that's going to help you cut some cost on your income as well. Another great thing is to contribute to charity. You don't have to have a great year to do this, but it is something that is tax deductible, and you can write that off. Find your favorite charity or two and see what their needs are and do the best you can for them. And it's just a great way to help yourself and help the community. Last but not least would be start preparing for next year now. Make notes of the process you're doing this year so that in 12 months, when you're going through this again, you've got a game plan already for your year end, and then you can, if you need to tweak that because, well, I didn't get to the accountant in time, well, then you can start at the end of November. Or if you realize too late to make your purchases and get your inventory in, then you can start that earlier. So it's a great idea to start preparing for next year now. Look at all those reports, make notes of what you're doing at year end so you can improve that process each year, and get your goals in place. If you rocked the sales this year but your expenses were a little bit higher than you had expected, let's set goals for lowering expenses while keeping sales high. Or if your sales weren't what they needed to be, let's have a goal, let's have a game plan for getting next year off on the right foot. So that's 7 year-end tips that you can do to help yourself financially for this year and get ready for the next year. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Thanks.